Good morning. Or hello, wherever you are, whatever time you are. I'm approaching the Lion's Gate, and it's been, wow, one bumpy ride already, certainly for me and certainly for the people I'm connected with at this time. And hearing from that we've all been through some incredible personal challenges as we're being prepared for this major gateway. And this year it is a major gateway, this 8-8 infinity, the infinity symbol, which of course I'm always going to have a lot to say about, putting us in touch with this year's sustainable creating, being energized from within, having the courage of our convictions, and realigning ourselves from old world, old paradigm creating, where we may have been functioning from a place of fulfilling need, from a place of lack, from a place of not enoughness, and making that transition to, in this moment, I am enough, I have enough, but primarily, I have done enough. In this moment, I have done enough. And from here, that's my foundation platform from where I am going to create. And putting ourselves in touch with sustainable energy for creating involves touching, for me, the divine resonances of our human blueprint, the divine resonances of the I am that I am, and these divine resonant qualities, which are like motors that run in us, that are running in the divinity we are, that are coming from the I who knows itself as one within all that is, the I who knows itself as connected, the I who knows itself as an aspect of love, refracted in the moment, expressing itself, that has the courage of its convictions because it knows it is just one one facet of consciousness expressing itself, and this consciousness I am has, I don't say the right, but an isness to that. It simply is. Now we might translate that as I have the right to, but that gets complicated for me. I think there's an isness to, in this moment, I express. I am, therefore I express. Like there's a real simplicity to that. Now, expression isn't just talking like me here now. Expression is everything that we allow and are part of helping bring into the world. Bring into the world for all of us to collectively experience. And that's not just all of humanity. The world itself is experiencing what we collectively co-create. Everything is consciousness. Gaia is consciousness. The elementals are consciousness. There's nothing in this room that isn't woven of the raw fabric of consciousness. We can often assume that consciousness takes the same shape as human consciousness, and a plant or a table isn't sentient in the same way that a human being is. And so we can dismiss the idea that inanimate objects or other life forms in our environment and in our experience and in our world are consciousness and have conscious awareness. But if we can accept the possibility that consciousness takes different shapes and has unique experiences and doesn't always mirror the human model, the human template for how we experience ourselves as sentient beings, then, oops, we went off on one again there. Then we are models. We are consciousness creating, and what we create is being experienced by more than just the human beings around us. So at the moment, there's been a lot of, in the run up to the Lion's Gate, there seems to have been a big emphasis on helping us heal our fear. I get this is collective, that helping us heal our fear about how our expressions, what we express into being, what we help bring into being, how those are going to be met and received by other people. How are they going to be experienced? And that fear of there's so much in that fear that can limit what we express, how we express. Like we're trying to please people. We're trying to be pleasers. Where we're trying to be pleasers, I've been seeing a lot of that being challenged. A lot of a call to step into our lion heart, the strength and the courage of our lion heart, and carry on creating, even though other people might not like what they're going to see or hear or what we've outputted. And to be okay with making mistakes, to be okay with creating something that somebody else doesn't like, to then be okay to, or that not so much that somebody else doesn't like, but to trust what we're putting out into the world, to allow ourselves to make what we might perceive to be mistakes with that, to carry on anyway, not to allow those mistakes or the feedback, I think is what I'm saying, not mistakes, but the feedback we get from others to be part of what helps us grow rather than what knocks us back. And to strengthen our ability to hold our own self-knowingness, our own resonance and our own signature frequencies while we're creating in group situations, while we're co-creating with others. We're always co-creating with all of life. We're always co-creating with all that is. We're always co-creating with everything. And actually, there's been the illusion of autonomous creating, that we create alone as an island and that we simply use resources, even use other people as resources. That whole model is in a process, a collective process of disintegration. The reperceiving that we always co-create, even when we think we're being autonomous, we are always co-creating. That's a huge part of, or I think it's a huge part of what's arising now. So anyway, this is my intro. I was gonna introduce us to my own personal lion, my little kitten, but he's over there somewhere. So we'll wait for him to come and interrupt the channeling at some point and make his presence felt. Yeah, I want to hear what the guys have got to say. There's been so many tough calls this week that it feels like what we're being prepared for is like, woof, now it's got serious. Now it's real. Now it's solid. We're really going to have to, oh, that horrible phrase, put our money where our mouth is. Is there a nicer phrase somebody can tell me? That would be better than that one. But yeah. Okay, guys, so let's take a moment while I'm preparing to, my suggestion would be to activate your inner listener. So shut the eyes, turn the attention inwards, and throughout the transmission, keep attention returning to notice the sensation of breath in the body and the sensation in the body as a whole. So the mind isn't doing all of the work here. We're feeling, listening. All right. Beloveds, you are opening the fourth of the four gateways in the heart. This gateway takes you home to source in the realm of your creations, in how you are co-creating within the world with Gaia and her resources. Your relationship to your mother planet is changing, allowing itself to come home to itself and remember that you are gifted her resources, not because there aren't enough of them for all of you to do from who you are and bring in what you're for, but that in recognizing you are gifted from an infinite, sustainable supply, a divine response is elicited in those moments when you can appreciate that. A response in you of honoring, of gratitude. These are not human qualities of honoring and gratitude laden with associations of subordination and confusion. We would like to strip away all of that mud that sits upon ideas of honoring and gratitude as they have become muddied. These are qualities that resonate in your fields. They're frequencies that generate a resonance in you when you touch upon the essence of them, when those qualities arise spontaneously in you, in recognition of something sacred. And those qualities, those frequencies, generate a resonance which puts you in touch with the harmonic resonance of the resources from which you are receiving, the resources of the planet. Whether you are eating food or using materials or buying something in a shop, it really does not matter. Everything you touch has grown and evolved within the planet. Everything you bring into your life to use, to consume, to create with, it has evolved within the planet. Whenever you lightly touch the awareness that you have been gifted this, that divine resonance of honoring, of gratitude arises within your fields and becomes part of the interchange, the exchange, the energetic exchange, which is to say, the exchange in consciousness. You recognize you are a consciousness within a consciousness in a relationship of exchange. And the frequencies and resonances that are present in your part of that exchange affect how that flow will leave and return to you, how the flow of resources will leave and return to you. As you allow your flow to be infused with the qualities of honoring and gratitude, because you have lightly touched upon an awareness for a nanosecond that you are being gifted resources from the earth as part of her, from within her. Those divine resonances in you of honoring, of gratitude, elicit what we call reciprocal motion, a sustainable relationship of giving and receiving. For the more gratitude there is resonant within your field, the more permission there is for an inflow from whatever resources you are receiving, whatever direction. Essentially, this is because at the heart and origin of all resources, there is love. Unconditional love is the foundation, is where these resources are given from. When gratitude is the natural response to receiving from love, love will continue to give. And in the continuing to give, more of gratitude arises, giving permission for love to continue giving. And you see, it is a reciprocity. For gratitude is not something that is forced or thought or contrived or constructed. It is, in fact, a spontaneous, a natural response that spontaneously arises within the system, way below your conscious awareness, when the system recognizes it is receiving from love itself. And so we bring this to your attention, just to seed this there, the option, the possibility to touch lightly that you, a divine co-creator within all that is, are gifted. This breaks down the illusion of and the energetic packages surrounding the ideas of entitlement. Ideas around entitlement are what arose as a kind of confusion to replace what was lost when that natural flow of interrelationship was the giving from love and the responding with natural gratitude. When that flow was lost to you collectively, shall we say, there was a recognition that at some level you were always going to be given all that you require, all that you needed in any one moment is there for you. And yet that connection to the divine was lost within yourselves. And so that remembering that everything that is for you is there for you became conditional, became confused, and a sense of entitlement replaced honoring and gratitude for what you are gifted. The irony is, in any one moment, divinely, metaphysically, you are always welcome to what's for you, to anything you desire. It is man-made constraints evolved over eons that place in between the desire and the fulfillment obfuscation, barriers, obstacles, difficulties, conditions. And yet there is a part of you always resonating with the truth of unconditionality, unconditional love, unconditional gratitude, because you are, because love is, because life is, because renewal and creation is always happening, always renewing. Conditionality is loving and grateful because of what is created, how it is experienced. But unconditionality is what puts you in touch with the divine I am that you are. And this opens your doorways within to infinite inner resourcing, to sustainable infinite inner resourcing. Unconditionality. So we thank you for your listening ears, for your listening hearts, for the gift of a moment of your time and the quality of your connection in awareness. All of these things to us are a symphony. And when we connect in channeling and in these moments, this song for us it brings pleasure as a melody does. So thank you, beloveds, for your presence and the presence of your song. Okay, loves, that's for today. I think in the run up to Lionsgate, it feels like there may be more wishing to speak, and certainly I am wanting to hear more from the guides over these days, supporting us with what they're bringing through, while I just have the image of a ship on very stormy seas, and I think that's not a helpful image. I'd like a better image than that. That's the one I've got. Yeah, so as we ride these waves approaching this Lionsgate portal, the energies of which we're already fairly submerged in. So have a beautiful day, night, evening, wherever you are, and I look forward to maybe seeing you for the next one. Over and out.